Hello everyone, this is me Devoshmita Sarkar. Today we are going to start with a new topic and that topic is heat. So let's begin. First let us know the definition of heat. So in thermodynamics, heat is energy in transferred to or from a thermodynamic system by mechanisms other than thermodynamic work or transfer of matter. The various mechanisms of energy transfer that defines heat are stated in the next section of this article. Like thermodynamic work, heat transfer is a process involving more than one system, not a property of any one system. In thermodynamics, energy transferred as heat contributes to change in the system's cardinal energy variable of state, for example its internal energy or for example its enthalpy. This is to be distinguished from the ordinary language conception of heat as a property of an isolated system. The quantity of energy transferred as heat in a process is the amount of transferred energy excluding any thermodynamic work that was done and any energy contained in matter transferred. For the precise definition of heat, it is necessary that it occur by a path that does not include transfer of matter, though not immediately by the definition but in special kinds of process. Quantity of energy transferred as heat can be measured by its effect on the states of interacting bodies. For example, respectively, in special circumstances, heat transfer can be measured by the amount of ice melted or by change in temperature of a body in the surroundings of the system. Such methods are called calorimetry. The conventional symbol used to represent the amount of heat transferred in a thermodynamic process is Q. As an amount of energy being transferred, the SI unit of heat is joule. The symbol of joule is J. Mechanisms of transfer that define heat. The mechanisms of energy transfer that define heat include conduction through direct contact of immobile bodies or through a wall of barrier that is impermeable to matter or radiation between separated bodies or friction due to isochoric, mechanical or electrical or magnetic or gravitational work done by the surroundings on the system of interest, such as joule heating due to an electric current driven through the system of interest by an external system or through a magnetic stirrer. When there is a suitable path between two systems with different temperatures, heat transfer occurs necessarily, immediately and spontaneously from the hotter to the colder system. Thermal conduction occurs by the stochastic random motion of microscopic particles such as atoms or molecules. In contrast, thermodynamic work is defined by mechanisms that act macroscopically and directly on these systems' whole body state variables, for example, change of the system's volume through a piston's motion with externally measurable force, or change of the system's internal electric polarization through an externally measurable change in electric field. The definition of heat transfer does not require that the process be in any sense smooth. For example, a bolt. Let me do one thing. Let me give a light. Okay. For example, a bolt of lighting may transfer heat to a body Convection circulation allows one body to heat another through an immediate circulating fluid that carries energy from a boundary of one to a boundary of the other. The actual heat transfer is by conduction and radiation between the fluid and the respective bodies. Convection circulation through spontaneous does not necessarily and immediately occur simply because of some slight temperature difference. For it to occur in a given arrangement of systems, there is a threshold that must be crossed. Although heat flows spontaneously from the hotter body to a cooler one, it is possible to construct a heat pump through the pair which depends work to transfer energy from a colder body to a hotter body. In contrast, a heat engine reduces an existing temperature difference to supply water to another system. Another thermodynamic type of heat transfer device is an active heat spreader, which expends work to speed up transfer of heat to colder surroundings from a hotter body, for example, a computer component. Notation and units. As a form of energy, heat as the unit joule in the International System of Units (SI). However, in many applied fields in engineering, the British Thermal Unit (BTU) and the calorie are often used. The standard unit for the rate of heat transferred is the watt (W), defined as 1 joule per second. Use of the symbol Q for the total amount of energy transferred as heat is due to Rudolf Clausius in 1850. He states that let the amount of heat which must be imparted during the transition of the gas get in a definite manner from any given state to another, in which its volume is V and its temperature T, to be called Q. Heat released by a system into its surrounding is by convection. Convention, a negative quantity. When a symbol absorbs heat from its surrounding, it is positive. Heat transfer rate or heat flow per unit time is denoted by Q. This should not be confused with the time derivative of a function of state, which can also be written with the dot notation, since heat is not a function of state. Heat flux is defined as rate of heat transfer per unit cross-sectional area with units watts per square meter. So this is the picture of Rudolf Clausius. Heat transfer between two bodies. Referring to conduction, Partington writes, if a hot body is brought in conducting contact with a cold body, the temperature of the hot body falls and that of the cold body rises, and it is said that a quantity of heat has passed from the hot body to the cold body. Referring to radiation, Maxwell writes, in radiation, the hotter body loses heat and the colder body receives heat by means of a process occurring in some intervening medium that does not itself thereby become hot. Maxwell writes that in convection as such is not a purely thermal phenomenon. In thermodynamics, convection in general is regarded as transport of internal energy. If, however, the convection is enclosed and circulatory, that it may be regarded as an intermediary that transfers energy as heat between source and destination bodies, because it transfers only energy and not matter from the source to the destination body. In accordance with the first law for a closed system, energy transfers solely as heat leaves one body and enters another, changing the internal energies of each. Transfer between bodies of energy as work is a complementary way of changing internal energies, though it is not logically rigorous from the viewpoint of strict physical concepts. A common form of words that expresses this is to say that heat and work are interconvertible. Cyclically, Operating engines that use only heat and work transfers have two thermal reservoirs, a hot and a cold one. They may be classified by the range of operating temperatures of the working body relative to those reservoirs. In a heat engine, the working body is at all times colder than the hot reservoir and hotter than the cold reservoir. In a sense, it uses heat transfer to produce work. In a heat pump, the working body at stages of the cycle goes both hotter than the hot reservoir and colder than the cold reservoir. In a sense, it uses work to produce heat transfer. Now we will know about heat engine. In the last two slides, we have talked about heat engines. Let us know what is heat engine. So in classical thermodynamics, a commonly considered model is the heat engine. It consists of four bodies: the working body, the hot reservoir, the cold reservoir, and the work reservoir. A cyclic process leaves the working body in an unchanged state and is envisaged as being repeated indefinitely often. Work transfers between the working body and the work reservoir are envisaged as irreversible, and thus only one work reservoir is needed. But two thermal reservoirs are needed because transfer of energy as heat is irreversible. A single cycle sees energy taken by the working body from the hot reservoir and sent to the two other reservoirs, the work reservoir and the cold reservoir. The hot reservoir always and only supplies energy, and the cold reservoir always and only receives energy. The second law of thermodynamics requires that no cycle achieve higher efficiency that the difference between initial and final temperature is greater. Now we'll know about calorimeter. Quantity of heat transferred can be measured by calorimetric or determined through calculation based on other quantities. Calorimetric is the empirical basis of the idea of quantity of heat transferred in a process. The transferred heat is measured by changes in a body of known properties. For example, temperature rise, change in volume or length, or phase change such as melting of ice. A calculating quantity of heat transferred can rely on a hypothetical quantity of energy transferred as adiabatic work and on the first law of thermodynamics. Such calculation is the primary approach of many theoretical studies of quantity of heat transferred. Conduction. Conduction transfers heat via direct molecular collision. An area of greater kinetic energy will transfer thermal energy to an area with lower kinetic energy. Higher speed particles will collide with slower speed particles. The slower speed particles will increase in kinetic energy as a result. So, conduction is the first method of heat transfer and is the slowest method. Now convection. Convection is the second method. Convection is the transfer of heat due to the bulk movement of molecules within fluids, including molten rock. Convection includes sub-mechanism of advection and diffusion. Convection cannot take place in most solid because neither bulk current nor significant diffusion of matter can take place. Now we will know about the third method of heat transfer, which is radiation. In physics, radiation is the emission or transmission of energy in the form of waves or particles through space or through a material medium. This includes electromagnetic radiation such as radio waves, microwaves, infrared, visible light, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma radiation. Particle radiation such as alpha radiation, beta radiation and neutron radiation, particles of non-zero rest energy. Acoustic radiation such as ultrasound, sound, and seismic waves dependent on a physical transmission medium. Gravitational radiation, radiation that takes the form of gravitational waves or ripples in the curvature of space-time. Radiation is often categorized as either ionizing or non-ionizing, depending on the energy of the radiated particles. Ionizing radiation carries more than 10, which is enough to ionize atoms and molecules and break chemical bonds. This is an important distinctive due to the large difference in harmfulness to living organisms. A common source of ionizing radiation is radioactive materials that emit alpha radiation, beta radiation, and gamma radiation, consisting of helium nuclei, electrons or positrons, and photons, respectively. Other sources include X-rays from medical radiography examination and muons, mesons, positrons, neutrons, and other particles that constitute the secondary cosmic rays that are produced after primary cosmic rays interact with the Earth's atmosphere. So with this we came to the last end of our video. Thank you. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Bye bye. Stay home and stay safe.